Hi, I'm iPalmy, and if you're not new here, then you already know how much I freaking love my Steam Deck. It was one of the best purchases I have ever made, and the only reason I am still using my Nintendo Switch is just to play Nintendo exclusives, which, by the way, I don't condone pirating. It's not something I do, so please stop commenting that on my videos. I know it's a thing you can do. No, I don't do it. I like to use my Nintendo Switch to play Nintendo exclusives. I love the Steam Deck. If you're new here, hi, welcome in. This is the Steam Deck, and I'm obsessed with it. It's a way to play all of your Steam games handheld. All I do is just use it as it came, and I play my Steam games on it. And I like to periodically make videos about the Steam Deck, specifically about cozy games that I think are really fun to play. I love cozy games. Basically, all I play some RPGs as well. We do have one RPG in here that I just wanted to mention because it also runs really well on the Steam Deck. But besides that, I play a lot of cozy games. Those are usually like chill, life simulation, farming, RPG kind of games where you get to do a lot of achievement hunting, decorating, building relationships with NPCs. Those are some of my favorite things to do, so that is also a theme that you will see in my recommendations. Yeah, we have an updated list with, I believe I have like 7 games that I am recently playing on the Steam Deck that I've just been enjoying. Some of these I have definitely mentioned in the past as well, but I just love them so much, so we gotta mention them again. So yeah, if you don't own a Steam Deck already, I would highly recommend. I cannot compare it with any of the competitors that have recently released on the market because all I have is the Steam Deck and a Nintendo Switch. It's great for if you want to play cozy games handheld, which is the superior way to play them in my humble opinion. I will always choose to be a couch potato and play my cozy games like that. Okay, so the first game on my list, if you're not new here, you can probably already guess, is Coral Island. I love Coral Island so much, and I'm actually so excited because in like 3 weeks, I think we get the official 1.0 launch. Whole bunch of new features. It will be the official launch of the game as well, so it will leave like the early access state that it was in. I did not notice before, but I was scrolling through the Reddit and I saw it. If you have a save file in the early access state, you will not be able to carry it over to the 1.0. You will have to start over a new farm for all of the features to be implemented and all of that stuff, but they will allow you to transfer over your money. So if you have any funds left, if you were pretty far ahead in the game, you'll have a great head start because you have a lot of money. But besides that, you have to start over. So keep that in mind, because I think in my last video I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to start a new farm or continue the one I just started. Clearly I need to start a new one, so I'm holding off with playing it for now until the official launch, but you bet your butt that I will be playing so much of it once it's out. So if you don't know, Coral Island is like a classic farming sim in some aspects. Definitely takes a lot of inspiration from games like Stardew Valley that have kind of re-established this whole genre, I feel like. But it's so unique. It's so beautiful, first of all. Graphics are just so pretty. I love it so much. It has an extensive cast of characters. There are so many people you can meet, all with their own unique designs, personalities, backstories, and there's a whole bunch of people you can date. You can date like, I don't know, 25 people or something, some of which are mermaids. Yes, you can also dive in this game and you get to go to the like merfolk kingdom. It's amazing. This game is also set in a tropical island that I believe is inspired by Indonesia, which I think is so cool. It has a really extensive story quest that also has a lot to do with environmentalism and taking care of the environment and preventing oil spills, cleaning up after an oil spill and all of that stuff. The devs are just amazing. They have recently also made a charity DLC with a whole bunch or maybe all of the proceeds going to coral reefs as well. So they're just super kind people is what the impression that I get anyway, and I love this game a lot. So if you have not played it already, I would highly recommend. And it's Steam Deck verified, so it runs really well on Steam Deck. It's perfect for Steam Deck. I love it so much. It's all I play. I never played on my PC. I always played on Steam Deck. It will also come to the Nintendo Switch, but it's the only platform that is delayed because it will already be on PlayStation and Xbox with the official 1.0 release, but the Nintendo Switch release won't be until somewhere in 2024. So again, it's just perfect to play on Steam Deck. All right, the next game on my list is Fae Farm. I've recently been playing a lot of Fae Farm again, and I'm really enjoying it. The further I'm progressing, it definitely like expands and opens up more. It's like a cozy sim kind of fantasy themed. I don't know if it's a sim necessarily, but you play as this cute little character. It's kind of like a fairy. Later on in the game, you'll also be able to unlock actual fairy wings that you can wear and you can fly around and stuff. Kind of like find this message in a bottle and you go through a harrowing journey and then finally you arrive at the land or island of Azoria. Just basically get to do a whole bunch of quests. You get to meet all of the people there. You get to learn new magic skills. You get to do a bunch of like dungeons that are like the mines. You get to do farms farming, of course. You get to grow your own like magical animals. It definitely has a heavy focus on the cozy aspect of it. It sometimes lays it on a bit too much. The word cozy is in there so many times. It's like, here's your cozy meter, here's your cozy furniture, make sure your home is so cozy. Don't you love this cozy life? Cozy, 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 cozy. But it's just really fun. The one thing I love about this is you can get in like a really good rhythm. They're pretty short days, but for example, there's no penalty if you stay up at 12. You'll just be like, okay, it's time for the next day, and then it will just be time for the next day. There's no penalty for passing out anywhere, so I don't get that stressed out feeling for having to run back home. The mines are fun to do, but they're really not difficult because there's no focus on combat. It's really supposed to be like relaxing. There's multiplayer in here if you want to play with other people. I've heard that's really fun. I have not tried it out myself yet, and I personally just love the aesthetics of it a lot. The soundtrack and just the way it looks are really beautiful. So for me, the decorating aspect is just also really fun because it looks so pretty. That's the main draw for me. It is also available on the Nintendo Switch, but I've heard it doesn't perform as well, which is unfortunately a thing that sometimes happens with the Nintendo Switch. So if you have the choice, if you have a Steam Deck, I would highly recommend to get it on Steam Deck. It's cheaper there. It's also currently on sale on the time of filming this, also 20% off. So it's just more affordable to get on Steam, and it runs so well on Steam Deck. Okay, next up is Disney Dreamlight Valley, which I do have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with, but I can't deny that I now almost have 200 hours into the game, and it just is a really fun game to play. Kind of ignoring the whole premium shop aspect of it and the fact that they would release free to play and it's still not free to play. They're now releasing physical editions that you can buy, but there's still no free to play option. So, you know, besides kind of weird stuff like that, just the game itself is really fun to play, and I'm just having such a good time. I think this would be especially fun if you are a Disney fan, which I enjoy Disney. It's nostalgic for me, but I'm not like a huge fan. The characters itself doesn't necessarily, you know, I'm not like, oh my god, there's new characters there, I can't wait. But if you have that feeling, then it's going to be extra fun for you, because that will, I think, be kind of like the Animal Crossing aspect, like unlocking these new characters, having their own personalities, you know, hide with their characters. But besides that, again, this is a super pretty game, very heavily focused on the decorating aspects as well, which I've been really enjoying. I'm finally starting to really get into the decorating part, but it also has quests that you can do. There's an overarching storyline that's very Disney-ish, I would say, but really fun, like a unique storyline. And then you can also do separate quests for all of the different Disney characters that are in the game. So again, if you enjoy Disney especially, that will be fun. But there's also farming, there's fishing, there's mining, there's different like biomes that you can have. So just overall a really fun game, and something about the gameplay itself is just so addicting to me that I keep going back to it, even though it sometimes frustrates me a little bit too. So I would still really recommend to get this on the Steam Deck, but again, if you don't want to pay any money for it, it should be free to play. Who knows when? At some point though. Maybe this year still. I think originally it was set to be free to play this year. We'll see. But it runs incredibly well on the Steam Deck. When it first released and I tried it on Steam Deck, we had some hiccups, but by now there's no issues at all, and I believe it's also Steam Deck verified. Okay, and next up is the only game that is, I don't think, really considered cozy, but I just had to put it out there because it's a game I love, and it's Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, I'm not alone. This game is super popular, which is just why I wanted to throw it in here, because maybe you've been considering getting this, but you don't have a PC, or you don't really game on your PC. It does run pretty well on Steam Deck. I would say it's not perfect, although I think it's verified. I'm not entirely sure. I just think it's a game that would benefit from a slightly bigger screen. So maybe if you hook your Steam Deck up to something for like a bigger screen, you'll have like chef's kiss, the full thing, you know, the full performance. Besides that, like, if you're like me and you've just, you know, you've been to the office all day, you're tired of working and you just want to chill out, then it's so nice to still be able to play this game, have it perform really well for how like, it's such a big game, right? And the Steam Deck is small, and still it works. So the controls take a little bit to figure out. You have like 4 different wheels of different controls, but if you just take your time, it's turn-based combat anyway. It works surprisingly well. I still prefer to play it on my PC, but I'm just amazed by the fact how well it runs on a Steam Deck that I just had to include it on here. And also I just had to gush about this game a little because it's so good, and I've played it in a while and I can't wait to get back into it because it's so good. Next up on my list is Moonstone Island. This one is also Steam Deck verified, so it runs perfectly well on the Steam Deck. I'm pretty sure it's also available on the Nintendo Switch, but as always, if you can get it on Steam Deck, I would recommend to get it on there because it will always just run better. This is such a cute game, and it's kind of like if Stardew Valley met Pokemon, with a little bit more like combat in it, you would have this game. So there's like creature collecting, a sort of like battle system involved with that, but it's also just like a super cute, adorable pixel art style with this like farming theme. And they recently also got a new update that was like completely Halloween. So far the devs seem very involved still with this game, even though it just released and it's an indie game. It looks like they're gonna be more updates in the future for it too. So besides being able to explore, I think 100 different islands and this whole creature collecting battling system, it also has a lot of more traditional farming sim elements like the farming, but also meeting NPCs, developing friendships and relationships with them. So it definitely has a lot going for it, especially for its really affordable price. And again, it runs perfectly well on the Steam Deck, so I would really recommend this one. Okay, next up is Sunhaven, which is another game that, although released, is still receiving quite a lot of updates. This is another game that's not available on the Nintendo Switch, which is why I like to especially include it in my Steam Deck recommendations, because cozy games just really are perfect for handheld gaming. It's what a lot of people are wanting to come to the Nintendo Switch. It is supposed to come. I think they're having some problems porting it because it's taking a little longer than I think they originally thought it would. So for now, you get to play it on Steam Deck. It runs almost perfectly fine. It's not, I think it's like the yellow icon, so there's a couple of things that don't work. They've also recently done another huge update with more romanceable characters, so they keep adding more to like new areas, new storyline to explore, new quality of life updates, lots of cute new cosmetics too. And this is another farming sim, so it's more traditional farming sim, as in you really do have your own farm that you can live on and work on, and it's kind of like, it's not the main thing, but it's definitely bigger than, for example, let's say in Fae Farm. Although Fae Farm has farm in it, I would say the focus is not even that much on farming, whereas Sunhaven it's a little more, but it's fantasy themed, which is something I just love. So I currently am playing as both an elf and an angel. I have 2 save files running, and I definitely want to play as all of them. And the NPCs also are like wildly different. Some of them are human, some of them are demons or elves, or what else do we have, like these merfolk thingies as well. There's so many. It's really cool. There's different areas that you'll unlock later that will also sort of expand the storyline more. So it's just a really good game, and again, an indie game, so very affordable price too. Many more updates to come, and I would say that even though it's not perfect right now on Steam Deck, it's still super enjoyable, and I would recommend to get it. All right, and the last game on my list is Wildflowers. This one was also, I think, in my fall recommendations list because it's a witchy game. So this one is really unique and fun. I do believe this is available, I think, even on mobile. It's definitely also on a Nintendo Switch. Steam Deck just does it better, you know. It runs really well on Steam Deck, and this is unique in a way because you were playing as a set protagonist. You cannot change her play with her story, so it definitely has more of that storytelling setting too. And you sort of move to this little town and you move in with your grandma. By day, you know, you're just doing some farming, getting to know the townspeople, maybe having a little romance going on. By night, you're a witch. There's like covens, mystery storyline, and everything. I love anything witchy so much, so I just think this is so fun. It's another one that's just great to play on Steam Deck. So that is it for my list of cozy games that I am currently playing on the Steam Deck and really enjoy. We think you guys would enjoy as well, so thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any recommendations, or just let us know what you've been playing on the Steam Deck, definitely I would love to hear it. Feel free to check out all of my social media links in my description box down below. You can also find my Discord server in there. You're very welcome to join, and you can also find my Patreon page on there if you want to support and join the lovely community of Oakwood. I would be really appreciative. That's it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.